Greetings, Benjamin J from Ben's Trains with another in the series. Well, another arrival from eBay. So a grand unboxing. This is a Lionel 8304 with its original electronic tender. Now I picked this up on eBay for $16.50. Only bidder on it, so going to be interesting to see what kind of condition this is actually in. So just got a notice that this had arrived. Didn't even know it was here. So a quick unboxing to see what kind of condition this is actually in. Alright, I see bubble wrap and no styrofoam peanuts. That's great. Alright, let's see what we have here. Lots of bubble wrap. Now this is a fairly heavy locomotive, so I'm curious to see what kind of condition this is actually in. A couple of photos of it, but that was really about it. Alright, it's wrapped well, no doubt about that. Wow. Lots of bubble wrap. Alright, coming down to it. Here we go. Alright, there's the tender. Full-size electronic tender. And here is the locomotive. This is really heavy. Alright. Packing out of the way. Alright, there's the locomotive itself. It appears to be intact. Complete. Alright, let's put this on a rail. I'll grab the camera off the tripod and we'll take a look at this. Alright, let's see what we have here. Lionel 8304. As you see, far from perfect, but in really decent condition. It's complete. All the push rods are intact, front and rear truck. It's got the connector for the electronic tender. It's got its drawbar, forward reverse switch. This actually looks quite good. Considering anyway. The question is, of course, does it run? If I can get this on. There we go. Alright, so Lionel 8304. Its original electronic tender. Now the tender, of course, it said it did not work. That the power connector is off, so got to do some experiments with that. So I got to pull it apart, check the circuit board before I do anything to it at all, as far as applying power to it. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is pull this off of the outside rail. Allow us to use this rail. Let's turn this around. I have no idea if this runs or not. So it's going to be interesting to see. Hard to do this with one hand. Alright, we are on the rail. Let's turn the power on and see what happens. Alright, it runs forward. And it runs backwards. Look at that. And the light is working. That is a heavy locomotive. Well, no doubt it's running. It's actually running quite well. Let's put it on a consist and take it around. Whoa. And see what happens. Always curious to run a new locomotive. Whoa, if I can get this on. Okay, we are on the rail. Let's take this around, pulling 6 13-inch Lionel passenger cars. Let's see what happens. Wow. That's actually running quite well. Quite well, in fact. So it's also a smoker, and it is beginning to smoke. I have not added anything to this as far as smoke fluid, obviously. But a few whiffs of smoke coming out of it. So once I get this cleaned up and lubed, I'll put some smoke fluid in it and see how it actually smokes. But it's putting out some whiffs of smoke, no doubt. Alright, so that's running really well. I've done nothing to it at all. So, it was definitely worth the 16 bucks, there's no doubt. Lionel 8304, now you can see it smoking. Front and rear truck, all the push rods are intact. No great amount of damage, it's missing the bell, it looks like. But no great amount of damage of any kind to it. It appears to be in really, really decent condition. And of course, it has the electronic tinder. So I'm going to pull this apart. I can see a lot of rust in here. And the mounting for the circuit board appears to be gone. So anyway, I'll pull this apart, see if it works. If not, it's still a full-size tinder. Anyway, I just want to do a quick unboxing video on this Lionel 8304. Now, I am not a Lionel collector, and I've gotten a lot of questions about why all the Lionel. Right now, Lionel is selling for half the price of most Marx locomotives. I have no idea why. But in this case, I'm buying up all the inexpensive locomotives I can find while I can. Now, I'm going to stop buying in about 2 weeks. As Christmas approaches, the prices of the locomotives, Marx, Lionel, rise exponentially. So a $20 locomotive becomes a $40 locomotive or higher, and people buy them because it's Christmas, of course. And the prices will go up, and they'll stay up until the middle of January, perhaps a bit longer than that. And then they go back to normal prices. So, like I said, about 2 weeks, and I'll stop buying this stuff completely. But in the meantime, I'm taking advantage of all these inexpensive locomotives that I can find. You know, if you can find a really decent locomotive, heavy Lionel for 16 bucks with its electronic tinder, jump on it. That's what I do. Anyway, I just want to do a quick video of the unboxing of this 8304. As you see, it is running just absolutely perfectly. Needs some oil, no doubt. And it needs to be cleaned and lubed and tuned. But as a starting point, right out of the box, this thing is running perfectly. Headlights working, it's running forward and reverse. Pulling 6 13-inch passenger cars with no problem at all. A good heavy locomotive. Anyway, I just want to do a quick unboxing video on this Lionel 8304 with its electronic tinder. So we've got to pull the tinder apart, but anyway, I just want to do a quick video on this locomotive. Lionel 8304 smoking, as you can see. Completely intact except for the bell. 16 bucks with the electronic tinder. Anyway, I just want to do a quick unboxing video. As you can see, this is a decent locomotive. When this is cleaned up and lubricated, this is going to be a great addition to the collection. As you see, all the bright work is in decent condition. Push rods are intact, front truck, rear truck, drawbar, connector for the tinder. Runs forward and reverse, smokes, and has a headlight. 16 bucks. Really difficult to beat that. Anyway, I just want to do a grand unboxing video. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.